Hi, it's Samantha with Lux Body Works. Today I wanted to talk to you about preservatives. Preservatives Unveiled, the heroes and the villains of skincare stability. Preservatives play a crucial role in skincare products as well as our food supply, right? They extend the shelf life, preventing the growth of bacteria, mold, yeast, and other things that could impact our health. And for the most part, at least for a long, long time, preservatives were basically of a synthetic type, right? They're necessary because, of course, we wouldn't want to open up a jar of, say, a wonderful cream that we might have spent $50 on and find that there's little green fleck stuff growing in there. So to avoid spoilage and the negative impact to our health with things like, rashes, infections, other types of things, preservatives are necessary. Whenever you have water in a product or you have a product that's going to be exposed to water, you think about your shampoos and your conditioners or your body scrubs, they need to have some sort of preservative in them. And then any water-based lotion, cream, I shouldn't say water-based, but has water in it, also needs to have that. And that's just to help prevent the growth of that mold, yeast, fungi, and bacteria. So as we all know, not all preservatives are created equal. Some synthetic preservatives have raised concerns, right, due to their health issues that we've seen over the years. And we can think of three of them. I'm sure you can too, right off the top, right? We all know parabens. I think everybody knows that word. Parabens, phthalates, phthalates spelled PHTH are the first four letters, and then formaldehyde-releasing agents. Those are your three big synthetic ones that have been mostly used in all kinds of skincare products and any kind of lotion, cream, and they're even sometimes used in food. So it's not just strictly stuff that's going to go on our skin. So parabens such as methylparaben, propylparaben, ethylparaben, right? They're great at preventing, they're great antimicrobial, right? Because they prevent a lot of stuff and they are very effective. However, studies have shown that they have a potential risk to be hormone disruptors and cause, and they can affect estrogen, right, in the body. So estrogen in men and in women. When you get too much, that is not a good thing because they can mimic estrogen. What's awesome when you're looking for safer alternatives in your skincare products is that parabens are really easy to spot because all you have to do is look for the word paraben in the, in your ingredient list. So that one's easy. Formaldehyde-releasing agents are different. So the problem that you have with them is they can release formaldehyde over time. When they're first introduced into the skincare product, they're not, in formaldehyde form, but over time they can release formaldehyde into your skincare product, and formaldehyde is a known carcinogen, and so exposure over time is going to cause health concerns, health risks. These are harder to spot as far as your ingredients are concerned. So you need to look for, and I'm going to pop these up in the corner here. So you need to look, formalin is a formaldehyde-releasing agent. Methenamine is another one. Quaternium-15 and propanol are kind of maybe the four more common ones. Another one is I can't even pronounce this really, diazolidinylurea. That's another formaldehyde-producing agent along with DMDM hydantoin. And I'm not sure I pronounced the last part of it correctly, but that is, if you see those on your ingredients list, avoid them. So in response, right, to this demand, once we learned how bad formaldehyde-releasing and parabens were, and phthalates too, right? But phthalates you see more common phthalates are very common in food as a preservative, and phthalates are known hormone disruptors as well. They're almost always found in just about every fragrance oil on earth, right? So I'm talking about fragrances, not essential oils, because those are different. So because of consumers really saying, hey, I want a safer alternative, I don't want to put this stuff on my skin, some skin manufacturers listened and, started testing and studying more safer alternatives. So a natural preservatives, the definition is preservative ingredients formed from naturally occurring substances. So I'm going to review a few. Some of these are like kind of harder names to pronounce, so I'll make sure I pop them up in the video as I'm talking about them. And then you can, when you see those on your ingredients list, you can know those are good ones. So potassium sorbate, right, is the first one. Potassium sorbate is a salt, and it's basically a derivative of sorbic acid. Sorbic acid is naturally found in some fruits and vegetables. The next one is sodium benzoate, which is derived from benzoic acid. And this is also naturally found in berries and some fruits. The next one, benzyl alcohol, it's an organic compound found naturally in some plant-derived essential oils like jasmine and ylang-ylang. The next one is calcium gluconate, right? This is an organic compound found in some, it's an organic compound, but it's a salt because calcium gluconate, calcium is a salt. So it comes from gluconic acid, which is a natural component of plants. And it's especially common in fruits and honey. Gluconolactone is an organic compound present also in honey, fruit, and also in wine, right? So I'm talking about the end product of wine. Caprylyl glycol is an alcohol derived from caprylic acid, and this is a fatty acid found in the milk of some mammals. It's also found in coconut and palm oils. Methylpropanediol is an organic compound actually derived from cornstarch. But if you are allergic to propylene glycol, then you are going to want to avoid this. How do you know if you're allergic to propylene glycol? Well, you need to go get tested. Didecyl chloride is a quaternary ammonium salt, and it's prepared from materials like tallow, beef fat, coconut oil, and palm oil. All the word quaternary means is it's simply a kind of a special structure that has 4 different components surrounding its sort of center. And usually the center is just, one particular type of atom, like nitrogen, an example. The next one is polyquaternium 80, which is again a quaternium compound, but it comes from coconut oil and is also the salt of ammonium. Grapeseed fruit extract, right? That comes from the seeds, the pulp, and the white membrane of grapefruit. And then phenoxyethanol is an organic compound that occurs naturally in small amounts of green tea, onions, and chicory. However, for cosmetic use, it's the synthetic version that is used. And so because they take something in nature and then they make it, in a lab, it's considered nature identical if it exactly matches what's found in nature. However, if you're pregnant or lactating, phenoxyethanol is one that you want to avoid. Now, none of these compounds can stand alone as their own preservative. They have to be combined with something because they might be good at fighting bacteria, but they might be very poor at fighting yeast. So you have to have some combination of these. So some common names you may have heard of, like optifen. Optifen is made up of potassium sorbate and phenoxyethanol, right? So those two make up optifen. Optifen is a very effective, what we call broad spectrum. Broad spectrum just means that it covers, yeast, mold, bacteria, fungi, growth. Another common one is called Sheromix AM24. The Sheromix brand is a newer one on the market. And then another one is called GeoGuard. Usually what you'll find on a ingredients label is what's in these preservatives, but sometimes you just might find the name. So it just depends. And it's easy to find out, what it is because you can just Google it. So that kind of wraps up sort of the heroes and villains, if you will, of preservatives. But the whole point in doing this is what's important to me, what's always been important to me, is that when you look at an ingredients label, that you can make an informed choice, right? Being an informed consumer and know that, okay, this one is, okay for me to use, and this one is definitely not. That's what matters to me, is that you become a more informed consumer. And then by doing that, right, you can enjoy safe and effective skincare formulations that can promote your overall health, your skin, and your well-being. And that's what matters in the end, because who wouldn't want that, right? And just a quick reminder, vitamin E and rosemary oleoresin are not preservatives. They are antioxidants. Antioxidants slow the oxidation of whatever it's in. Preservatives prevent the growth of mold, yeast, fungi, and bacteria. Apple and an orange. I appreciate you watching. Go out and make it a beautiful day.